All right, folks, just a brief little message. I get asked from time to time, what is the quickest, most effective way I can get healthier? And what I've noticed is that many of the people who ask me this question, when I dig a little bit deeper into their lives, they're still using their microwaves. So, to make things simple, and I know many of you guys have already probably done this, but in order to get serious about your health, to really get from point A to point B, with your health and to start enhancing your well-being, you need to get rid of your microwave. There is no need for a microwave in a home here in 2019. In my opinion, there was never a need for a microwave. And now all these microwaves have these new technologies in them with this like Bluetooth enabled garbage where your microwave can now like talk to your toaster. And obviously I'm joking, but they have all these rollouts now, of these smart appliances. They're called smart, but they're not. Where you can sit on the couch and tell your TV from 15 feet away to cook your microwavable pizza. Technology is a double-edged sword, folks. Great things can be done with it, but it can also turn an entire culture into a very lazy culture. This is not looking too good, but to cook your food with radio wave frequencies, ladies and gentlemen, to cook your food with a giant radiation emitting device like a microwave is not something that is going to do you a service. We're trying to avoid these things. We know that these non-organic electromagnetic fields and microwaves do emit these, they can generate these. We know through research, study, etc., that these things are very toxic to human health. They affect the health of the cell, they affect the health of the cell membrane, the DNA, the nucleus, every little organ, or little organ they're called. Inside of your cells you have these things known as organelles, which essentially breaks down to little organs. You have these little functioning units in your cells, ladies and gentlemen. And these radio wave frequencies, these electromagnetic fields from these non-organic electronic sources damage the health of these organelles. Many people talk about, oh, you know, my EMF and bad food, bad water, it's affecting my liver, it's affecting my heart, blah, blah, blah. That's great and all. But why aren't we going down to the most fundamental building block and looking at how these foods and these EMFs, in this case, these electromagnetic fields, these radiation devices like microwaves, are affecting the basic building blocks, the fundamental building blocks of the human genome, the human physiology, the cells, the organelles, the DNA, the nucleus, the nucleolus. All this stuff is being attacked by these frequencies. We live in a frequency warfare, ladies and gentlemen, and I am in no way, shape, or form trying to convince people to believe everything I'm saying. I will ask if you're interested to do some counter research, because you will find that there is a large body of data showing that these non-organic, electronic-derived electromagnetic fields, such as but not limited to the ones generated by your microwave, are destroying your health. There's a reason why your mother and your grandmother told you not to look into that microwave when you were cooking food when you were younger. There's a reason why your grandmother also told you to stay away from that microwave when it was on. You ever think about how weird that is, that you turn a microwave on and it just spins on that little table and it generates hardly any heat, but it heats your food? Obviously there's some heat generated, but have you ever thought, just examined how strange it is that that thing is being heated with invisible radio wave frequencies, RF frequencies? And then you eat that. Now you're ingesting something that was built or heated up with a radiation device. Ladies and gentlemen, they've known for years that these things are dangerous, and they deployed them and unleashed them on the public regardless. You live in a world where your genes and your genome is being manipulated. I don't care how many new age sissies I get on my channel trying to say that it's all about just being positive all the time, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing going on. It's all in your head. You live, blah, 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 blah. Ladies and gentlemen, I do remain positive. Positivity is acknowledging truth and pushing up against it and rebelling against it. Positivity, being positive, or rolling over and siding with evil and just cuddling up next to the beast is not a byproduct of being positive. That's highly negative. We live in a time, ladies and gentlemen, where we do need to start questioning things. Questioning things is not negativity. acknowledging the fact that these technologies were known by their developers to create damage on human health, acknowledging the fact that they knew what they were doing and talking about it is not being negative. So I just see often on my channel these comments where these people have been so brainwashed by this law of attraction mentality, and I think that there's a lot of truth in it. I talk about it a lot. I talk about the subconscious mind, but to think that there's no evil taking place here in this world, or that it's all, there is no good, there is no evil, it's all about perception, oh blah blah, you've been tricked, you've been hoodwinked, you've been bamboozled. It's time to wake up. Get rid of your microwave. If you want to achieve greater states of health in a short amount of time, then in my opinion, getting rid of your microwave is probably one of the best ways to do it. As well as, if you can, getting rid of your electric devices, your stove, and things like that. Personally, I think that gas is much healthier. Essentially, cooking on fire, now that's the real way to do it. But, wow. Wow, wow, wow. It blows my mind that these things have not been outlawed here in 2019, that the microwave has not been outlawed. So, it's amazing what, excuse me, I had a pop-up. It's amazing that people are still using these things. It just, I keep repeating myself, but it's crazy. So, to summarize things, you guys, I'll give you guys a few tips on how to rapidly increase your health based on my opinion. Get rid of your microwave. Get rid of your tap water and start filtering it. Start eating less processed food, the deli meats and things like that with the nitrates and the nitrites. You don't want to be eating that. You have to question things that come in a package. Now, I'm not going to get too detailed in this video, and I'm not going to try to tell people to go out and buy blue-green algae and all these crazy herbs. And, you know, most people are still addicted to the taste of certain standard American foods. They're not going to be able to palate these foods, but I am going to give you some simple techniques that you and your family can adopt if you're interested. Because simplicity is the key. To get healthy, you really need to start by using simplicity to your advantage. So getting rid of your microwave, it may seem like a big deal. It's actually a lot easier than you think. Yes, you're going to have to put things on the stove to heat them up and things like that, but isn't your health worth it? Or would you rather die quicker because you can cook your food quicker? That's kind of a weird thing to think about. Would you rather die quicker so that you can have your hot meal quicker? I mean, come on, wake up. You're ingesting the byproduct of an electromagnetic generating radio wave frequency radiation device. It's time to grow up. Not trying to be rude, it just blows my mind. So get away from that damn microwave. Get a water filter. Invest in your health. You know, question if you drink coffee, the quality of coffee that you're drinking, because most people are drinking coffee that's filled full of pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, larvicides. It's, you know, coffee is one of the most heavily sprayed crops on the market. So what I do, and you can find this stuff in my Amazon store, ladies and gentlemen, link in the description box below. If you buy products through my Amazon store, or even access Amazon through that link, even if you don't buy products from my store, but access Amazon through my link and don't close the tab, I get a particular percentage of what you purchase, and it helps my operation. But besides that, in my Amazon store, you can find organic coffee, 2 pounds for $16, or I think it's 2.5 pounds. Maybe it's 3 pounds, I can't remember. A brand called Mayorga. I love that coffee. I get the yellow bag. It's strong, it tastes good. Doesn't come ground, but that's a good thing, because when you grind coffee and it sits for a long period of time, it begins to break down its molecular composition, and it's not as healthy for you. So, coffee, water, microwave, those are 3 things that are really simple, you guys. The question, you also change out the oils that you're using. A lot of people are using like cottonseed oil, or what is it, canola oil and things like that, vegetable oil. That's really nasty stuff, folks. I'm doing a lot of research right now on various different oils. But one thing I can say is that right now I would personally, based on my research, I think avocado oil is one of the better ones. I have mixed opinions about coconut oil, although I do consume MCT oil from coconuts. MCT equals, or is an acronym for medium chain triglycerides. I put that in my coffee throughout the year. But I have certain opinions on plant oils right now, you guys. I've come across some pretty shocking literature about oils, but I think avocado right now, I mean, even if you went from like canola oil to avocado or to coconut oil, that's going to be so much better for you. But try to get away from those non-organic vegetable oils and things like that. Those are really unhealthy. Those create a lot of inflammation in your tissues, and inflammation is not good. We want to avoid that. In my opinion, most of humanity's issues related to bad health can be linked to excessive amounts of inflammation. You're eating inflammatory foods. That microwave that you adore, that microwave that you worship, that has its own spot in the kitchen like it's some type of religious relic, creates inflammatory byproducts in the foods that you eat. Get rid of it. But if you can't get rid of your microwave right now, folks, then you've really got to ask yourself what your intentions are with your health. Now, maybe you live in a situation with your family where you can't get rid of your microwave because you don't have your own house or you're not paying the bills and whatnot. In that case, you guys, it just requires a little bit more planning. When there's a will, there's a way. I love that quote. It's so true. Just work your way around the issue. You can find a solution to the issue. Within every problem, for the most part, not everyone, but in most problems, ladies and gentlemen, the solution can be located within the problem and changed. Things are not as difficult as they seem. This system, this crazy medical cartel logic, they've used fear to get into your, not only your pocketbook, but into your heart. They've made you afraid of everything. Health does not have to be complicated. Health is simple. Health is natural. Health is following natural laws and natural order, ladies and gentlemen. Once you get into that loop of eating natural things and eating wholesome foods and getting away from all this insanity, you're going to find that you feel better. You're going to feel more alert. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have more mental clarity. These are all things that everybody wants, but don't let fear get the best of you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not telling people to not go to their doctors. I'm not recommending anything for that matter, but what I am saying is that what I would personally do in your situation if I was wanting to get healthy is I would look at your living space. Your house is where you spend a majority of your time. And in your house, you can find all of your addictive patterns. You can find the refrigerator that's full of beer or wine or, unhealthy or chocolates that's been filled with a bunch of junk. Chocolate is not always bad. Most people eat junk chocolate. In your house, you can find all of your fixes. You can find your cigarettes, and you can find your living space needs to be, you need to turn it in and pleomorph your living space into a health regeneration chamber, because this matrix does not care about you. The external world is beautiful, but the cities are disgusting. There are criminals everywhere. There's a lot of pollution. You need to make sure that the time that you do spend in your house is giving back to you and detoxifying you from being out in the world during your 9-to-5 lifestyle. Exposure to all the brake dust in the air, the aerosols and the chemtrails. You need to detoxify yourself. You need to invest in an air filter and natural lighting. Get rid of your microwave. Check out my Amazon store below. I have conveniently put all of this stuff, air filters and all this stuff, in my Amazon store if you're interested in looking at it. Check out the Healthy Living Space tab in my Amazon store. There's air filters, water filters, natural lighting, incandescent light bulbs. I've tried to make this easy for you, and I'm going to be upgrading that store massively. I think there's over like 400 products in that store right now, but there's going to be more. So I'm going to wrap this one up, you guys. I hope those tips helped. Basic but rudimentary little foundational tips for you getting healthier. Question what you're cooking your food in. You're cooking your food, ladies and gentlemen, with a electromagnetic field generating toxic EMF machine is not going to give you anything other than issues and inflammatory responses. Peace be with you.